Hello?
Hello? Hello? I think we're live. let's let's double check. We're live now.
Oh, now we're live.
There
Okay, there we go.
now we're live. How's everybody doing? We're gonna
Hello,
wait
hello,
a
hello.
we're gonna wait a minute while people log in.
Oh, maybe I'll actually log in on my phone, which is in my back pocket. So we have some exciting things to talk about tonight.
Oh my gosh, guys, there's so much good stuff happening. This is just a brilliant time to be a Kingdom Scribe, guys. So Jill and I have several announcements to give you guys, but we also have a big announcement for our KWA members coming up on
Yes,
September
we do.
26th. We will have a special guest with us for our KWA members only, but before we get to who that is or what that looks like, we got several things to talk with you guys about what's going on. Like, sometimes we just need some information, get the pulse of what's happening with the scribal community, what's happening out there in the world, what's happening, in our community. And so we wanted to come to you guys live, and because we can't come to you guys live
In person,
we come to you live virtually. And then several of you will be watching the live recorded version. This gets very confusing.
Oh, yeah. We
So-
are live, but we're not necessarily live for everyone.
So
But
I'm
For Angela, we're live. Hi,
I'm-
Angela.
Hi, Angela. I'm drinking Polar Seltzer water, lime flavored. There you go.
Because everyone really wanted to know.
Of course.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
What are you drinking, Angela?
And maybe some of you shouldn't respond.
I have a drink in the other room, which helps me not at all in this room.
Well, you should go get it.
Okay, I will.
This is just
We're
this is
just,
family time.
We're just hanging for a bit, so here we go.
Family time, and we again, for those clocking in, logging in, whatever you want to call it, Jill and I have some fun announcements, and we have a big announcement for our KWA members. So hop on with us, Angela LaCroix. Yeah, it is. Your husband's right. I'm typically like a Coke, but I'm taking the bar from the can. Ah, wow, that's a good one. No, some of the flavors are actually pretty decent, but I understand your your husband. Look at her husband calls it LaCroix, barf in a can.
Barf in a can? No.
You just can't make this stuff up. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm not a soda drinker, but I like the sparkling waters. This one is just a Walmart's one, as my mom would have said. Walmart's. She always had an S. This is the Walmart's brand. But I like them because they're not sweet. And I like them for Bray because they're better than Cokes. They're healthier for you.
Yes,
So.
yes, they are healthier, but a Coke tastes so good.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa. What's going on? Not that good, huh? I can't hear you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
We're having fun.
Hi.
Hi, Alyssa. I see that. I can read. It's so frustrating. I want to see everyone face to face. Of course, some of you are, many of you are logging in now out of state, so Jill and I are hoping to come to you eventually, and we'll talk about that as well. So, Jill, what are you working on these days?
Well, Bray,
I'm
I'm working on a book.
You are?
I'm working on a new book. Yes, I am.
Tell me about it.
am.
Tell me about it.
Well,
Tell them about it.
It is a book on supernatural creativity, which is not just creativity. It's creativity with oomph. I don't know, I'm just making things up as I go along.
Is that the tagline?
That's what I do. No, it's not the tagline. No, it's supernatural creativity. So it's
That's
what
awesome.
happens when we collaborate with the Holy Spirit to create. whatever it is that we create becomes empowered by the Holy Spirit, and all kinds of things can happen.
Yeah.
All kinds of fun things can happen. Angela knows. We've talked about this a little bit online, and the testimonies are so fun when you see what God does in and through our creative expressions. Saved, healed, delivered. I mean, people just get whacked with hope, and all kinds of encounters happen, and
That's awesome.
That's what I want to talk about. So
You've got
supernatural creativity, that's the book I'm working on.
You've got some powerful things that have happened in and through your artistic flair, and it'll be awesome to see that in the written secured.
Yeah, so I teach classes on that, and I've taught prophetic arts and evangelism arts and all of that kind of thing. So I'm putting a lot of that into the book, and including some paintings and doodles and poetry and testimonies and all kinds of fun things. So it'll be a fun and educational read.
Do you want to tell them what happened with that last thing that you did, the 10th graders?
Okay, I will tell you what happened.
This is pretty.
It is very profound, and I'm going to be a little
you don't have to give
cryptic, so that just to keep things safe. But I did an online finger painting class via Zoom, which was unusual for me to do. I normally do those things in person, but not anymore during this pandemic. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
But so it was kind of unusual, and it was for a secular audience, not a Christian audience. And God gave me a great way to introduce the atmosphere, introduce Him in the atmosphere without being at all religious or anything like that. And I actually used science. And then he just really had me lead them through almost kind of a meditation, if you will, before painting, and to get them in line with what to paint. In this case, it was painting an emotion, a positive emotion, as if you were giving a gift to someone in this season. So courage, strength, hope, kindness, peace, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they were going to paint that feeling in abstract form. And after we did that, and these were young gals, 15, 16 years old. And afterwards, one of the moms who had attended had talked to her daughter about what she painted, and out came a story of because of the emotion that she chose, and it was to be a gift for one of her friends.
Yeah.
And it was a friend who was planning suicide. And all of this came out from this painting exercise. And the mom and daughter were able to have this wonderful talk, lots of tears, as you can imagine. And they called the mother of the suicidal child. And all of that was averted, all of it.
Wow.
So the suicide plans were stopped. The healing is taking place. All of this from finger painting. But not just any finger painting. Supernatural creativity. And that's the kind of thing that God does over and over and over again. And it's just incredible. So as you can imagine, when I heard that testimony the next day, I was sobbing.
She comes in here with
her
her phone
speak.
and she's crying. I'm like, what happened? Somebody died. Like, what happened?
Read this. And I was just so blown away.
Powerful.
And I will tell you personally, my brother committed suicide. And so that is such a big thing in my heart to just end that. And I know with COVID and all the stuff that's happening, suicides are on the increase, on the rise. And to be able to for God to use me in such a creative way, if you will, to stop the suicide of a 15-year-old girl. Well, You could just imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
there are no words, right? There are no words. So anyway, that's just some of what I'm writing
That's
in
that's
that way
some of stuff. You
to
should
inspire
hear other
people and lead them.
testimonies of what Jill's gone through. It's crazy. So
It's fun.
looking forward to that.
It's God.
And that's what's going to happen through you guys when you write and you release something into the world. That's what God does. He does this amazing stuff with whatever we do. Um, and He works with us.
Yeah, we
And
just say yes. We say yes, and let's collaborate,
yeah,
God. Let's do this together, and it's Him. It's Him, but it's 100% Him, and it's 100% us, all at the same time.
this is where Scripture comes to life, where it says, "Signs and wonders will follow those that
Yeah,
believe."
yeah. So
And
good.
so we believe, and as
Hmm.
believers, as kingdom writers, we're writing, and we're telling, a story, and we release it, and then signs and wonders follow with that, whatever you release. So it's amazing when we partner with the God of the universe, the God of everything, the God of us.
It is, and like I said, he worked with me through finger painting in this instance, which seems so innocuous. It's like, oh, it's just finger painting, right? But it's the power of Him.
Yeah,
And so we get in our minds that it has to look a certain way, or we have to do a certain thing to make. We put it in a box, and we say this is what it has to look like to have impact. And
yeah,
I want to bust open the boxes that people have that put him that want to limit him, and say no, 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 we have no boxes. God doesn't operate in a box, so anything is possible. He can work through
anything.
anything, even
Anything is
a
possible.
horror story. Bray, tell him about the horror story.
Well, I'm working on a horror story, as a lot of you know, and it's going to ruffle a lot of Christian feathers, but that's okay. And you guys can keep it in prayer because I'm leaving the 99. I'm going after the one, and I'm going after the ones that are out there, swearing and cursing and living a free life in this world that's separate from God. And so this is a story that is going to reach those people.
Yep.
It's not meant for Christians, and it's not meant um, for
The faint of
the faint of
heart.
heart.
It's not
Yes.
for the faint of heart.
I'm
But that's not your audience, and you're writing you're
right.
writing for your
I'm writing
audience.
for a particular audience, so it's a
Hmm.
horror thriller, and I asked the simple question of what would happen if an atheist embalmer suddenly gets saved, not discipled, but saved, doesn't know what anything means, hasn't even read scripture, nothing, but he believes suddenly, supernaturally, that there's a God. Like imagine the thief on the cross.
Hmm.
Jesus, remember me when you're in you're in your kingdom. And then Jesus says, "Well, today you'll be with me in paradise." Well, he showed up today, and he wasn't discipled, he wasn't baptized, he was
Right.
probably swearing like, "Holy," you know.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to go in with this embalmer character.
Hmm.
And then we up at another level and say when he raises this person back to life in the embalming room, that this person he raises back to life happens to be a serial killer. Now let's take it up
And the plot
and
thickens.
let's take it up another notch. This serial killer happened to have killed his own daughter, the embalmer's daughter, when she was killed 2 years ago by a serial killer they never caught. Serial killer dies of natural causes, shows up in his embalming room at the same time he's practicing raising someone from the dead, raises him back from the dead, and now you have a live serial killer meeting the embalmer and finds out that this guy killed his daughter. What happens? So that is the embalmer story, and I'm going after it. And if you guys can keep me in prayer for that, that's what I'm working on. I wrote the book in 34
Yeah.
days. Basically all of July. I was writing a chapter a day. It was incredible. Um, and so now I'm in rewrites and getting ready for some beta readers soon, and then we'll go to the next step after that. And
it's good. It's good. I couldn't read all of it because I'm a lightweight when it comes to certain things.
She had to skip some chapters.
But I read most of it, and except for the real violent stuff, and I really like it. But I think it's going to be powerful. And you know, God works through these things, right? If we take him, if we say, okay, I'm not going to put you in this box, he goes, all right, let's do it, and he's doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's what Jill's working on, personally, and then we're working on all kinds of other stuff too.
Woo! It's a good ride.
Kingdom Creativity International, Kingdom Writers Association, our grandchildren, our lives and personal, and so those are our focus right now.
And another ministry which we won't tell you about yet.
I don't even know about it.
Yes, he does. He does. That's something that we're also in the works with. So we're not releasing it yet, but
that's fun. We're building a team for that. Yeah,
a parachurch.
Parachurch that we're building a team for.
Yeah.
And so just so you guys know, Kingdom Creativity International is our ministry. It's our 501c3. Jill and I are the president, vice president of KCI. We have our own Facebook group page that's thriving. We have over 500. We're approaching 600 members in that group page. Every Wednesday night, we do something called Backstage Pass, and so we invite you to join the group, Kingdom Creativity International. Just search for it on Facebook. You'll find us. Join the group, and join us Wednesday nights because we talk a lot about creativity and what that means, and we have great conversations where God's inviting us backstage with Him as very important people, VIPs, to have a conversation. So we're talking about stuff like peace, and was last time talking about peace, and is it possible in a world that we're living in right now? And so we're talking about right now things.
Superpower
we're
coming
talking
up
about
this week, right?
I'm talking about what's our superpower this Wednesday. So
and we have a superpower artist that we're going to spotlight in the first 5 minutes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's good too.
All right, so we spotlight an artist first couple minutes of the show, and it's a short show. We usually with about 30 minutes. We post everything on YouTube, so we have a YouTube channel. So subscribe to Kingdom Creativity International. We also have a YouTube channel for Kingdom Writers Association. So if you guys don't know that, please subscribe to KWA. Just do a search in YouTube and find us and subscribe. That would be great. We have a lot of content there. You can share it with others that you know are looking for a group. And we've got past gatherings that we've had recorded, other training things, encouraging words, all kinds of stuff. So just have fun looking around there. Future announcements. Okay, September 12th, guys. That's our next KWA gathering. We will go live on Facebook September 12th. It's a Saturday morning. We'll go live at 9 a.m. And we have a special guest. So we've had 2 special guests already.
We love our special guests.
We had Lynn Vincent 2 months ago.
That's right.
Wow. And that was fantastic. And then we just had Diana Glyer, that wrote Bandersnatch and The Company They Keep. She's studied the Inklings, and that was a fantastic interview with her, and just having her encouraging KWA and us personally.
You can go on YouTube and see both of those.
All of
Lynn
it's
Vincent,
recorded.
Author of Heaven is for Real and Same Kind of Different as Me.
Yep, all of it's recorded, and you can scroll down on Facebook or in the group page here. You can go to either announcements. It should be tagged in there, or you can go to videos and it'll show all the videos in there too. So just so you know, you have a lot of areas you can go in Facebook. It's not just this page, but there's little icons. Search for videos or announcements, and you'll see a bunch of stuff. So September 12th, we have our next guest speaker with us, and this guy is awesome. You're gonna love him just because of his accent alone.
I was just gonna say, you're going to love him because he's got a dandy accent. It's so lovely, and the whole time you'll be hearing him, it'll be just like, oh, just so lovely. You'll want a spot of tea as you listen. And it's just delightful.
And he'll sound so much better than Jill.
he'll sound quite posh. Russian. He knows what he's talking about, and he does. He does so much more than I do.
So he has an accent, but he says he doesn't. But yeah, so he's going to be coming to us live from United Kingdom, and so we have Dr. Mark Stibbe. He's written over 50 books. He teaches and trains authors in discovering themselves and their writing careers. And we were able to partner with him a couple of years ago. We took a team to Oxford.
Yes.
And we did training together with UK guys and girls and us from KWA coming from America. And it was a blast. And his father was mentored by C.S. Lewis. So how incredible is that?
That's kind of something right there.
And we got to experience together our first time going to Addison's Walk, and we took a picture together. So when you see that picture of that selfie picture of Mark and me, that's on Addison's Walk. And if you don't know what Addison's Walk is, that's where C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien, and Hugo Dyson were walking around that path there at a modeling college where C.S. Lewis taught. And that's where he experienced a sensation of the Holy Spirit on that path. They were talking about God, and he was an atheist at the time, and so it's a fantastic place, wonderful. I can't wait to take many of you back there.
Yeah, we're hoping to go next year.
We hope to go next year. We're just waiting to see what's going on with all of this pandemic crap.
Yeah, because we were going this year. We had a team. We were going. It was all set, and then pandemic hit. So we're really hoping to actually get more than what we thought we were going to get this year, so that the time that we're having to wait to go maybe next year or what have you, that actually allows more of you to come with us, and we're going to just get everything that the enemy stole and more.
Yeah. So we got some fun stuff lined up for you guys to come with us on these types of advances. Some people call them retreats. But we don't retreat from anything. God says, I want you to advance. So we call them advances. So that's our Oxford advance. And we have another advance that is already scheduled right now. We have several people registered for it. And that is our local advance to Idlewild Mountains at a Christian camp up there. All the meals, all the lodging paid for with your registration. So go to our website, kingdomwritersassociation.com, and look for advances, and you'll see Idlewild, and you can register for that. Lock in your spot, limited spots. We got about 15 spots.
And it's beautiful up there. It smells so good, and it feels so good. And every time we've gone there, people have said it's been life-changing.
So
life-changing. So come with us.
Yeah.
Come with us.
You're going to have one-on-one time with me, with Jill. We're going to have Michelle Bersana come up. She's going to lead worship. She's going to talk to us. She's writing her second book. She released her first book a couple years ago called The Hunted. So it's going to be a fantastic time, this mountaintop experience. We're going to come down off that mountain after those 3 days together, glowing like Moses. And so it's a fantastic time. We just get to hang out, breathe that fresh air, have some God time, talk about writing, encourage one another, pray for one another, prophesy over one another, and we'll do a lot of artistic stuff.
It's really an experience, and because we have to limit it, I encourage you to sign up now.
Yeah, sign up now, guys. And it's time to... If you're feeling that inkling, just that nudge to go, just do it. You need to jump in and do it. It's time to sow in, to put your skin in the game and say, hey, I need this. I need to get away. I need to be around others that are going to encourage and love me for who I am and not compare me to anybody else. And your voice is going to shine bright, guys. And I'm so excited to pour into you guys. That's what Jill and I love to do. We love to pour into you guys. So that's Idlewild. That's November 5th to the 7th. So right after the election, we all need to get away.
We all need to vote.
Just
first.
Vote on the 3rd.
Vote.
And then we get to go up to the mountain.
Yes. Vote and then go. Yes.
So we are excited for November 5th to be with you guys. Couple other announcements, guys. We have a short story contest in play right now. It's called the KWA Quill Awards. And so you can go to our website, kingdomwritersassociation.com, go to contests, and you'll see the Quill Awards and what it takes to register your short story, what format, how long it can be, etc. For KWA members, it's only $10 to enter. If you've entered other short story contests, it's a lot of money, and so this is only $10. If you're a non-member, it's $20. Still very cheap for a contest, and the winner wins $100. And then we've had some runner-up prizes as well. But the biggest thing about that is if you place a certain place, you can say now you're an award-winning author. So this is building your author platform. So this is part of us pouring into you and allowing you guys to have your author resume expanded, because when you release your work, you want to be able to say you're an award-winning author. So we're excited for the Quill Awards. So that ends October 31st. You have to have your short story in by October 31st, and we'll announce the winner by our December gathering, just before Christmas, all right? And what else we got, Jill? We've talked about Backstage Pass. We've talked about Idlewild. We've talked about our gathering September 12th. We've talked about our short story
How
contest.
about membership?
And
Membership.
we've also got travel possibility in 2021.
Okay. And then membership.
And then I'll talk about membership.
Yeah.
So Jill and
Let's
I have been praying.
On the road again.
Yeah.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
So
I don't know the rest of the words.
So Jill and I have been praying about this, and we feel led to drive out or fly out to certain regions of the states and to visit KWA members and groups and writers groups. So right now, as it stands, we would be, let's say if we're going to visit our grandkids in Idaho, we would set up a course leading out to Idaho and find out who's along our path.
Oregon!
And stop in to say hi. And then as we're going through, Boise, then we're going to crawl away all the way up to Oregon and then back down to California. So we can make a big loop, right? So with that said, we need some help. We need you guys to start a group. We need you guys to get to gather. You can start online. Start visiting other groups in your area. You can go to meetups.com and see if there's a writers group in your area. Start building relationships, because that's where you're going to thrive as a writer. There's only so much you can do online with us, but you're going to need physical, like I need to be in proximity with other writers. And so there's nothing wrong with joining other groups. We encourage that. We're not exclusive for you to only be at KWA. But we want to build the family out as well. We want to reach other people. We know there's others out there like you that were looking for a group like this.
Right.
So it's easy for you guys to start up something in your neighborhood, and you can start a little KWA gathering group.
Yeah, get together when we do our gatherings. We're now doing them online, and as the COVID restrictions lift, the online will be for members only. So you're a member, you get the group together, you can watch together as members, and then we want to come meet you guys. You guys are members. We want to make those connections. So our dream is to have these KWA hubs across the country.
Angela in Oregon's already got a small group of 6, and writers are starting to come out of the woodwork. That's so true. We're hearing that all over the place. You can look up and Google writers groups in your region, and I guarantee you there is a group, or at least somebody looking for a group.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic if you can start one and then start promoting it, and you just see what God's doing. Keep it simple. And then we have all the tools, and we're feeding you guys all the encouragement. We have the Kingdom Writers devotional you can work from, as well as a study group.
We've got the videos and the YouTube trainings. And
so all of these things are going to be so helpful for you, so you don't have to make things up or think that you have to
reinvent the wheel.
Be something. We just want you to be you. and you're going to encourage each other. Like Diana talked about this, where we thrive in community.
Yeah.
And so community is so important, guys. And just talking about writing. You don't have to have an agenda. Just say, what are you working on? And just talk and kick the can around, and
hold each
start
other
dialoguing.
accountable to write.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like find out, what are you writing?
Yeah.
How much have you written? What is your goals? Let me help you, with those goals.
Right.
And you help me with mine.
Yeah.
So that's community, and that's
so
powerful.
Encourage each other, and then as you grow in your groups, you'll get relationships with other writers groups. Jill and I can come out and possibly be a guest speaker at a group to encourage them in their local body or whatever it is. But we'd also love to sit and encourage you guys face to face, have some coffee and hangout time, and just stay with you and be with you guys. So we're excited for 2021. That's what we're praying into, and we'll start building that out. So the rest of this year, guys, start looking for opportunities to build a small community in your area. We recently went to New Mexico, and we stopped at a couple KWA members and stayed overnight with them. So it was fantastic just to get to know them better, talk and eat together and share life. And so that's what we want to do. We want to be a resource for you guys, and just understand that we're real people, and we love hanging out with other real people. And so
yes, 'tis true.
We're here at Wyckoff Studios, but no, it's just my office.
Yeah.
It's not just my office. It's my office, and this is where we video and we do our workshops and all that other stuff. So we're having fun, guys. We want to have fun with you and keep going and keep encouraging, guys. KWA Oregon, come on, Angela, I love it.
Right, come on.
And you guys also have me as a resource for coaching. I've been coaching a lot of you. I'm really excited about that because you guys are just tearing it up. You guys are doing amazing things. And what happens through coaching is you're sharing your dream with me. You're sharing your thoughts and your processes. And then I have an opportunity to share mine with you. So it's a great exchange where I encourage you. I have a lot of knowledge in the industry and the business side of things, and then as a believer and just praying and prophesying and pouring into you and what God has called you to do. So we need that encouragement. So contact me if you need personal coaching. It could be just for critiquing your book. I have several people sending me their first 3 chapters, and I'm going through a professional critique of your work and responding with some good feedback for you. So you have that opportunity. You can come to me. You can email me, braywyckoff@gmail.com, or you can find information on our website, kingdomwritersassociation.com, and there's a tab called Coaching. So look for that. If you need me, I'm here for you. I'm a resource. I want you to succeed and be successful as a kingdom writer. So with that said, guys, let's talk about KWA membership and how important that is. It's not, I want to get this very clear. It's hard to throw this out on Facebook saying, update your membership. But I want to be very clear with you. This is not about the money, guys. Money helps Jill and I and everything in the organization moving forward. But we're still going to go forward with or without the money because that's the calling God has placed on our lives. We're all in. But we want you guys to feel like you're all in. And so sometimes we need to put in a little money to show that yourself that I'm all in, that I am willing and investing and sowing into something, into my career, into your career. And those that sow into something reap a great reward. And I love what Luke 6:38 says. It says, "Give, and it will be given to you." So give with the fact that you are something's going to be given to you. There's a leveling up when we invest and sow into something. It's God's economy. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap, for the measure you give will be the measure you get back. So I encourage you guys to sow into KWA because you believe in you, and we want you to feel like you're part of KWA. We don't want you to just be a member. We want you to be, a part of the family. We're moving forward together, and we've been building this together since 2016, since God directed us to say, Bray, gather my scribes and give me room to speak to them. That's what he's doing. We give him room to speak to us through Kingdom Writers Association. It's all about him, guys, not about us. And so we want you guys to sow into KWA and be generous. Be a generous giver, and it's $60 currently. Now, the Lord's been prompting us to raise that price in 2021, so January, the price will go up to $99. Still very, very low for membership.
Right, for a year. That's not per month, that's for the whole
1 year.
year.
So yeah. $60 right now, so you can update your membership and get that locked in for a year. And those that have already, if you're a member and you need to re-up in December, you can re-up now, and we'll still credit you the few months. We don't start the clock now. If you have months in the bank, we say if you register now, December is your due date. It'll be December the following, a whole other year, plus the rest of these months, if that makes sense to you. But it is 1 year after you register, $60, and then starting January 1st, it'll go up to $99. So with that, guys, our big announcement for Kingdom Writers Association members only. This is not going to be for everybody. This is only for the members. And it will be shown live. We'll be coming to you live on our Facebook private KWA members only group page.
It is free for members.
Free for members.
Right.
So you remember, you're going to get this for free on September 26th. We are going to have not one amazing author, but two amazing authors with us live to encourage and talk about their latest endeavor on our Facebook group page for the KWA members only. And I'll let Jill announce it.
We are very fond of this gentleman who happened to be, if you were with us for our first Kingdom Writers conference back in 2016.
2016, July of 2016.
He literally changed the trajectory of the conference attendees. I can't tell you how many people said, "This guy changed my life."
Yeah.
His name, William
Paul Young.
Author of The Shack.
What?
Come on. Woo!
We're excited, guys.
He is the most gracious man. And, he has sold, I think when I looked up how many copies The Shack sold, it was over 20 million in 2017. So, it's a lot of books. Obviously, it went to movies. He's done more books than that. Obviously, he's done a lot of books. But when we reached out to him, and he is the most gracious, kind-hearted man who just gives of his time. So, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. Oh yeah, KWA, yeah, Bray, yeah, no problem, let's do it. And
we're like this, we're friends.
I reached out to him before for something when I was writing, and he was like within 15 minutes, and the man has got to have people worldwide who just bother him. But he lets us bother him.
Let's just put it this way. He has his own booking agent, and you need to go through his booking agent. I bypass the agent. I just go directly to Paul.
He's so gracious to us, and he is so wonderful to inspire people. That's his heart. And so when Bray reached out to him, he said, because we know he has this new book out.
It's coming out.
It's a
this month.
novella. It's a work of fiction. But he co-wrote it with an author by the name of Brad Jersak, who also has many books out. And so he said, "Sure, Bray, I can do it. Do you want me to get Brad too?" And we're like,
and I'm like,
"Sure." So you have William Paul Young and Brad Jersak joining us to really just pour into you. Pour into you, which is very exciting.
Yeah, so that's September 26th. We are going to go on live at 9 a.m. And so you're going to need to join us. And you have to be a KWA member, guys. So you need to update your membership and to stay in the group. We are going to be, we send out emails to everyone that needs to update their membership. So if you got an email, check your email. Looking for that. If you're unsure, email me directly, braywyckoff@gmail.com. I can tell you when your registration is up.
And if you have friends that aren't members, tell them about it and say, if you want to become a member, do it now. Because, on September 26th, they're going to have this great live event with these two fantastic authors. And I saw somebody post something about William Paul Young, we just call him Paul, being turned down. I think he was turned down by 26 publishers. And then he published himself. And now, of course, was picked up by, I forget who the main publisher is, but...
well, he's self-published and sold 1 million books self-published, so...
and it's all over the world, translated into I don't know how many languages, and I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about that. But it's basically you're just the perfect rags to riches story in terms of trying to get your work published.
He was
and
working
being turned
3
down
jobs.
And rejected, and he was losing his house, and he just wrote it for his children. Because they didn't even have any money to give his kids any gifts for Christmas, and so he wrote it and he took it down to the copy center and had it spiral bound for his children, and that's how it spread out from there. People wanted it, but the publishers didn't. But anyway, very, very exciting story there. And
so we're going to be, they're coming on to talk about their new book that's coming out this month. You can pre-order it now, and I would suggest getting
Amazon. We already
now
did.
Before we have our interview with them, because they're going to be talking about this book. It's called The Pastor, A Crisis. So it's a fictional one. It sounds like it's pretty raw and real, and there's a mature audience. So
I think it deals with maybe some mental illness,
psychiatric ward kind of thing. But it's called A Pastor. But what they're talking about, there's some big time hope through it. So we haven't read it yet. We've ordered it. It's coming this week. You can pre-order it right now. It deals with
real issues that are hard to deal with. So there's a trigger warning on it. So just take that into consideration. But Paul says also there is really hope for people who are dealing with some of these things, and some of it it's a novel, obviously it's fiction, but some of it is taken from real stories that they've infused into this, into the narrative. So should be good.
We're excited to have Paul Young with us and Brad Jersak with us on September 26th for KWA members only. So go to our website, kingdomwritersassociation.com, become a member. You can also email me if you're unsure of your membership and when it expires. I can let you know exactly the month that your membership goes to. So braywyckoff@gmail.com. And we're excited. And there's more stuff to come that I'm working on, guys. I am working on having some big-time authors come to us and share their insight live with us. So we are going to do some special Facebook Lives, most likely, with some upcoming authors like a Paul Young, and those.
Ray just tries everyone.
Those will be paid events.
Pay-per-view.
So those will be like a pay-per-view event. We'll have discounts for our KWA members, and we'll open it up that way. But for this one, we're kicking it off free for KWA members only, guys. And so we're excited. Hope you guys are excited. 2016 changed the trajectory of what's happening here in San Diego.
Right.
When Paul Young came in here, I knew that he needed to be our keynote speaker for our first conference.
We had 5 members. In 2016,
and
Ray and
January.
I were 2 of the 5. And then we had this conference.
And then we had the conference
with Paul.
And then August officially launched KWA Association. So really excited to that. And you guys, creativity thrives in community. And I want to finish by reading something out of Diana Gleyer's book.
We love Diana.
Called Bandersnatch. If you haven't gotten this yet, get it. It's fantastic. It's talking all about community and what she found out with the Inklings and how important community is. So check this out. This is talking about the Inklings. Their words, written and spoken, form a complicated web of influences and serve as an outward and visible expression of lives lived in community. As we have seen, the Inklings provided inspiration to start new projects, offered support in times of confusion, guys, shaped the direction of one another's stories. That's what it's all about, guys. Criticized drafts so severely that books were abandoned. I mean, these guys were so intense. They would criticize some idea that would come more, and the person completely abandoned it and changed direction for their books. Changed what they wrote in anticipation of the group's response. Initiated competition that spurred their productivity, guys. Edited ragged, rough drafts and polished, finished ones. Worked together to produce joint projects. Created fictionalized characters based upon one another. Wrote poems about each other. Reviewed each other's books. And quoted one another constantly, giving variety and substance to their work. They learned a great deal from one another, guys, down to their most fundamental beliefs, concepts, and ideas. This is what it's all about, guys. Their creative interaction helps us today understand these men and appreciate their work. And here's the final sentence that sums it all up. And their experiences point to a much larger truth. Creativity thrives in community. It thrives, guys. It thrives. Without community, creativity dies. We need each other. And I need you guys. You guys inspire me to press in, to go deeper onto the edge that I've never thought possible before. I always thought I'd just write epic fantasy books. And the Lord directed me to start Kingdom Writers Association. And then I'm writing children's books. And then I'm writing devotionals. And then I'm writing historical fiction. And now I'm writing a horror thriller novel. What's next? That's what I love. What is next? And I love that because I get to do it with you guys. I'm not separated from you guys. I'm doing this with you guys. I'm doing this for you guys.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
I just want to add something to your what's next. What's next for those who say yes? What's next for those who say yes?
Yeah. It's time, guys. It's time. You got to put your skin in the game. Become a KWA member. Get out there in other communities. Join other writers groups as a Kingdom Writers Association member. And be proud of who you are and what you stand for. Bring what you got. Everything that you learn here, take with you. And share it with others. I see others of you as you write in your writing careers, you're going to become teachers of writing. And we've already seen it with several of our KWA members. We had one person that came in, never wrote a book, and now she's on her 4th book, and now she's teaching others how to write their books and get published. So it's crazy. That's what happens. That's the way God works. And she would have never done that without KWA and the community. She would have never experienced that without this community, without you guys, without all of us together. So we are a scribal army. And armies win battles together. They don't win battles by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it means when you are a scribal army. You are joining forces with KWA as a member and saying, I'm all in. I'm in this with a whole bunch of people behind me. Even though you're in another state, you're in your own place. You understand you've got the power and you've got the passion behind you with all these people. We have our Facebook page where we want to create that community and stirring each other up. Ask questions. Be vulnerable. Ask for prayer. Go to KWA. Come to us. We're a family. And let's be that family together. So I love you guys. Thank you for your time tonight. And get the word out. Paul Young's on his way, September 26th. And we need some of you guys to be those members and join the group and get the word out in the streets. So
let's do this.
Be a KWA evangelist, guys. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.